minutes, and then we will have the presentation from actually we also have the one presentation, sorry, the keynote presentation before the photo session here, as you can see on the screen. Sorry that I missed that one. It's the keynote presentation by อาจารย์สุวิธิดาค่ะ and we will ask the Thai delegates to share their experiences regarding to the learning cities in Thailand, and we will have a brief Q&A session before we move to the sharing session from international learning cities. And then we will have another Q&A session, and we will have a wrap up and evaluation form for everyone to fill out, and then we will end it officially with the closing remarks. Okay, so that's it for the program update. Anyone has any questions or any concerns? Okay, if not, then I think we can accept all participants and then start our forum. Okay. Yeah. So let me start. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all distinguished participants, the speakers, colleagues, and friends joining us from the different parts of the world. We have delegates from Cork, Ireland, Pyeonggu in the Republic of Korea, Glasgow in the United Kingdom, Okayama in Japan, and Windham in Australia, and also other university and city partners in Thailand. So on behalf of the organizing team, I'm truly delighted to welcome you to the University City Partnerships International Forum with the UNESCO Learning City Network. This forum brings together local and international partners who share a common vision to promote lifelong learning, sustainability, and inclusive collaboration between universities and cities. Although we are meeting virtually, I believe our shared commitment to advancing lifelong learning and sustainable collaboration between university and cities will bring us closer together across borders and time zones. Without further ado, let us begin our program with the opening remarks. First, may I invite Assistant Professor Dr. สอนเนตร อารีโสพลพิเชษฐ์ Project Leader to deliver the opening remarks. Please, Dr. สอนเนตร
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon from Bangkok and warm greetings. Honorable guests, Associate Professor Dr. Bawon Papasarathon, Director of Knowledge Network Institute of Thailand, and Associate Professor Dr. Suwithida Jarungkipikul, President of the PIMA Network, distinguished speaker from UNESCO Learning City, colleagues and participants. I am Assistant Professor Dr. Sonet Arisapun-Piche, the leader of the research project, the Strategy of University-City Partnership for Enhancing Sustainable Lifelong Learning. On behalf of my research team, it is my great honor and pleasure to present a brief report on the objective of today's forum, University-City Partnership International Forum with the UNESCO Learning City Network, which is one of the key activities under our ongoing research project. This forum is jointly organized by the Knowledge Network Institute of Thailand, with funding support from the Thailand Science, Research and Innovation. It is held in collaboration with the Promoting, Interrogating and Mobilizing Adult Learning and Education or PIMA Network, and the Higher Education Program, Department of Education Policy, Management and Leadership, Faculty of Education, Chulalongkorn University. The main purpose of today's forum is to create an international platform for exchanging knowledge and experience among learning cities in Thailand and in other countries, including Cork City, Ireland, Glasgow City, Scotland, Unpyeonggu City, Republic of Korea, Okayama City, Japan, and Windham City, Australia, to share best practice, strategy, and key initiatives in building a learning city, especially in promoting sustainable lifelong learning through university-city partnerships. On behalf of the research team, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Knowledge Network, Institute of Thailand, and the PIMA Network for co-hosting this international forum, and to all distinguished speakers and participants for being part of these meaningful occasions. We truly hope that this forum will strengthen collaboration, generate new insight, and inspire further partnership toward building more inclusive and sustainable learning city in Thailand and across the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your inspiring message and leadership. Next, we would like to welcome Associate Professor Dr. Bawon Papatsarathorn, Director of the Knowledge Network Institute of Thailand, or KNIT, to share his welcoming remarks. Please, the floor is yours. Sorry, you have not turned on the mic. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Again, please. Sorry for any trouble. I'm Bawon. I'm director of KNIT Knowledge Network Institute of Thailand, one of the co-hosting of the event. First of all, I would like to say good morning to my Scotland colleague, my Ireland colleague, and what should be? Yeah, and good evening for my Korean, my Australian colleague for joining this event, and good afternoon for my Bangkok colleague. It is truly an honor to join today this event on University City partnership with Learning City Network. I would like to begin by expressing my sincere appreciation to Professor Suwitida, who is president of the PIMA Network, and Professor Sonet and her organizing team, her excellent organizing team. And most important of all, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all my international colleagues who are truly inspiring group of educators, city representatives, and researchers who share a common vision to make our city true learning cities for all. Actually, at KNIT, at Knowledge Network Institute of Thailand, we believe that lifelong learning is not just only the foundation of human development, but also a bridge that connects education, community, and innovation. We believe firmly in that. Over the past few years, KNIT has been actively engaged in studying and supporting Learning City initiative, both in Thailand and internationally. We have had the privilege to visit several learning cities around the world, including wonderful city of Cork, Ireland, a UNESCO awarded learning city, where I personally had an excellent opportunity to join and present my paper at the international conference associated with the Learning City Festival. One or two times. From the visit, from the dialogue, we have been deeply inspiring. I learned a lot from Professor Simas, chairman of ASEM, Asia Europe Forum on Lifelong Education, how cities like Cork have successfully transformed local collaboration between university and community and local government collaboration between university, community, and local government into sustainable system that support lifelong learning for all citizens. That is very inspiring model indeed. In Thailand, KNIT has taken concrete steps to promote similar progress. We support at least 2 research projects to 2 universities in Thailand. One is Chulalongkorn University, in which Professor Sornet is working with, and another one from Chiang Mai University in the north. I hope you have some time to personally visit Chiang Mai. You will see how beautiful the city is. The team from 2 universities have been awarded grant to investigate model that enhance university collaboration. And the model have to be ensure that lifelong learning initiatives are inclusive, sustainable, and most importantly, aligned with local needs. This is a project I have to confirm that are not just academic exercise. They are real partnership that connect classroom with community. It become research with real impact indeed. I believe today's forum represents the next chapter in our journey, especially KNIT journey. I have seen a connecting university, a collaboration among universities from Thailand, from Korea, from Japan, from Australia, from Scotland, from Ireland, from Australia. Each one have their own learning city success story. In this forum, we are together create a truly global platform for sharing good experience based practice, and most important, I believe that this forum will enable we together to co-develop a new ideas for learning city. I encourage all of us to think beyond your own boundaries. I encourage you all to explore how we can work together as a network of learning and learning university collaboration. Let us share what works, learn from what doesn't. We do not have to reinventing the wheel again and again for learning city. And I hope that together we can inspire one another to reach the standard and spirit of UNESCO Learning City. I would like to emphasize one key message, indeed one important key message for all of us. A learning city is not built by policy alone. It is indeed built by partnership. Again, learning city can be possible because of good partnership. Universities play an important role on that. University have power to serve as knowledge engines for city. University can drive innovation. University can ensure inclusion, and university can offer lifelong learning opportunity that truly improve people's life. So please let this forum be not only a platform for knowledge exchange, experience exchange, but also a starting point for future collaboration. I hope together we can build more effective learning cities together, connecting us globally. Together, we can eventually, I hope, seeing more Thai city and ASEAN city become recognized by UNESCO as awarded learning city in the near future. Thank you very much, and I wish everyone a fruitful and inspiring discussion.
Thank you very much for your inspiring opening remarks. Your emphasis on partnership truly sets the tone for today's forum. So, yes, we truly appreciate your insightful message. And next, now, it's great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Please join me in welcoming Associate Professor Dr. Suvithida Jarungkiatgul, President of the Promoting interrogating and mobilizing Adult Learning and Education or PIMA Network to present her keynote speech on From Ivory Tower to Ecosystem Weaver, the university's pivotal role in the future of learning cities. Please, Dr. Suwitida, you may begin your presentation.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can
Okay, first of
clearly
all,
hear you.
okay, thank you. Okay, good afternoon, Excellency, distinguished colleague, and esteemed guests. A special welcome to our friends representing the UNESCO Learning City Network from Ireland, South Korea, Japan, and Australia. My name is Suwitida Jarungetigun, and it is a distinct honor to address this critical forum on behalf of PIMA Network and also ASEM Lifelong Learning Research Network 6 on Learning City and Learning Regions. Today, I invite you to reimagine the university not as an ivory tower, but as an ecosystem weaver embedded in the city's social, economic, and civic life. Next, please. There are four main parts of my presentation today. Okay, the introduction, the dual imperative for change, and the three strategic role for university, and a call for action or point that you can take away. Okay, I have 10 minutes to present this, but I hope you will have something to bring home. Okay, all right. Next, please. We stand at a critical inflection point. The traditional education model is facing a dual imperative for change. On one side, we face the challenge, and the other side, we have the opportunity. Okay, let's take a look at the challenge. Okay, the half-life of professional skill, the time before a skill becomes obsolete, is shrinking dramatically due to rapid technology shifts, especially in AI and automation. Traditional degree alone cannot keep pace with rapid societal and economic shift. Okay, the notion of getting an education and being set for life is obsolete. Education must become a continuous utility. Okay. On the other side, we have the opportunity. The concept of learning city is the global blueprint for creating resilient, sustainable, and equitable society. But a city is not a learning city merely by reaching its soul. It requires a holistic, lifelong learning ecosystem. This ecosystem needs a powerful, stable, and intellectually rigorous core. That core must be the university. University must evolve from knowledge providers to strategic partner in urban transformation. The new mission is defined by these three strategic roles of the university. Next slide, please. There are three strategic roles for the university that I'm going to propose to you. First role, okay? Our first role is to become the agile knowledge architect. For centuries, the university values lay in scarcity, the scarcity of knowledge and scarcity of certification. Today, knowledge is abundant but relevant. Verified learning is scarce. Our institutions must adapt by moving beyond the degree. This means abandoning education into stackable, verifiable micro-credentials, small units of learning that are directly linked to economic and societal needs. This micro-credential allow a citizen to upskill in 6 weeks, not 4 years, and immediately apply the knowledge in their career or community. This is future of work. Furthermore, we must embrace co-designing curricula for relevance. As adult educator, we know that learning is most effective when it is immediately applicable. Universities must stop assuming that they know what the city needs. We must sit at the table with industry, municipal government, and community leaders to ensure our program, whether for green skill in the BCG economy or digital transformation, are built with the city, not just for it. Finally, we must elevate our research power for anticipatory research. Our labs and data center must function as early warning system, predicting the skill gaps for 2030s today, allowing the city to proactively invest in the necessary learning infrastructure. Next, please. The second role is one I hold particularly close as the president of PIMA. The university must be the engine of inclusion. If lifelong learning is truly for life, it must be for everyone. Our grand university campus cannot be the only gateway. We must ensure radical accessibility. This means utilizing city infrastructure, library, community center, local park as micro campus. We must meet the learner where they are, eliminating geographical and time barrier. This requires transforming faculty and deliver models, pushing our expertise outward. We must also focus on target pathway, designing specific culturally sensitive learning journey for population who are historically marginalized. I am speaking of senior navigating new technology, person with disability seeking vocational training, or low-income workers struggle to keep up with automation. Their potential is a resource the city cannot afford to waste. The ultimate goal here is closing the learning divide as AI and digital transformation accelerate. There is a risk of widening the equity gap. The university, armed with its commitment to social responsibility, must ensure that the tools and knowledge of the future are distributed fairly, not just the privileged few. Next slide, please. Our third strategic role, and perhaps most challenging role, is to be the ecosystem weaver. As PIMA and also ASEM Lifelong Learning Coordinator on Learning City and Learning Region, our core identity is to build on mobilizing all actors in adult learning. University must step up as the central convener and facilitator of the learning city ecosystem. This is a role of governance and system-level leadership. It requires connecting the node seamlessly, linking policymakers in government, employers in industry, and grassroots community organizations. We provide the neutral ground, the data, and the long-term vision needed to align disparate efforts. Crucially, we must move from short-term grant-funded project to institutionalized partnership. Sustainability is the ultimate test of our collaboration. We need joint steering committee, shared funding mechanism, and clear measurable key performance indicator or KPI developed together. This ensures that the Learning City initiative outlasts any political cycle or any single university administration. Next slide, please. Here is a call for action. I would like to quote my own perspective here. The future is not about university partnering with the city. It is about university becoming fully embedded in the city's social, economic, and civic life. As adult educator and leader, let's co-create this integrated future together. University must lead lifelong learning ecosystem, not just deliver degrees. Collaboration across sector is non-negotiable, and every city can become a learning city with university as catalyst. To our international colleague, okay, I do also have another slide, okay, which I aim for Thai context, okay, our future strategy to create more lifelong learning city in Thailand and also in the Southeast Asian, okay. We need to build a collaborative ecosystem through public-private partnership, university and community hubs, and also grassroots initiative. And we have to make sure learning accessible to all, okay, by providing diverse learning space, flexible learning pathway, and inclusive design. And next, we have to connect learning to economic and environmental needs. We also need to foster a culture of learning. We are celebrating learning, promoting self-directed learning, and intergenerational exchange. Lastly, we have to establish robust assessment and evaluation, which I mean focus on learning, okay, individual learning by using data-driven policy, learnings from others, and focus on the impact, okay, not just attendance. Okay, next please. To our international colleague, thank you for come and help us sharing your expertise and experience today. Okay, your success story and solution will help us to move forward into the right direction. Okay, and let us as adult educator and leader build this integrated future together, an equitable, agile, and sustainable future, one learning city at a time. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Okay, I think I now welcome, okay, any questions and any question you may have, and look forward to our continued discussion in the ensuing session. Thank you. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you very much, Dr. Suvithida, for such for your sharing such a thought provoking perspective on the transformative role of universities. So we all were reminded that university must evolve from an ivory tower to something that into the ecosystem weavers connecting knowledge, policy, and community through agile, inclusive, and forward-looking partnerships. Thank you very much. So before we move to the next session, I would like to take a moment to capture this special gathering. May I kindly invite our participants to turn on your cameras just for a few seconds so that we can take a group screenshot to commemorate today's University City Partnerships International Forum together. Yes, please turn on the camera and then keep your smiles on for a while so our team will capture the photo. Thank you very much for your cooperation. So I see beautiful faces from all over the world, our partnerships and our delegates. So yes, our team, if you are ready, could you please support taking the photo? Thank you very much.
So, please keep your smile. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, can I have one more picture, please? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everyone. It's wonderful to see all of your faces from across different parts of the world. So next, we will have a presentation on the project, the strategies of university city partnerships for enhancing sustainable lifelong learning. Please welcome Assistant Professor Dr. Sonnet Arisopon Pichet, Project Leader, and Mr. Vacharapon Malaywong, Project Member. Please go ahead when you are ready.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone from Bangkok. Thank you so much, Professor Suitida, about your speech. That I agree about your call for action. That university is not only the partnership, but we should to drive on to work collaboration closely with the city. So, Vacharapon, could you please share the slide, please? Okay, for this project is the second phase of the project University City Partnership. This is a second year. On behalf of my research team, I would like to share about our study. This year, this phase is the strategy of university partnership for enhancing sustainable lifelong learning. Our research aims to deepen understanding of how university can become active partner in city development through lifelong learning. We have three objectives. The first one is to investigate the model, mechanism, approach, and success factor that drive effectively university city partnership for lifelong learning. The second one, to analyze the current situation and institutional support that enable collaboration between university and city in advancing sustainable lifelong learning. And finally, to propose policy recommendation for enhancing this partnership toward sustainable learning city development for the stakeholders who work with the learning city in Thailand. This objective align with Thailand Ministry of Higher Education, Science and Innovation Policy on promoting lifelong learning and human capital development. For the next slide, please. For our research framework based on the universal key feature of learning city, as we concern that higher education play a pivotal role in promoting lifelong learning and sustainable development. Our research explores how university integrated their mission, education, research, and community engagement with urban and local development policy. So the university city partnership is therefore vital to a university's strategic direction and its strong commitment to urban development through collaboration between the city and the university. For the development of learning city, this concept aligns closely with the mission-oriented approach to university engagement with society. It marks a shift from traditional academic service and volunteer-based outreach toward institutionalized long-term collaboration with local stakeholders. This research aims to examine how university embedded lifelong learning and sustainability within their institutional strategy and how they can collaborate effectively with local partners to achieve their goals. So the concept that we rely on is the UNESCO key feature of learning city that represent by three symbolic elements: the pediment, the pillar, and the foundational step. The pediment is the represent three overarching goals or wider benefit of building a modern learning city. The first one is the individual empowerment and social cohesion. The second one, economic development and cultural prosperity and sustained development. These three dimensions reflect the ultimate vision of learning city: to empower people, strengthen community, and foster sustainability. And the sixth pillar are the supporting structure that drive lifelong learning in practice, including inclusive learning, revitalized learning, effective learning, extend use of modern learning technology, enhance equality in learning, and a vibrant culture of learning through life. Together, these pillars represent the core mechanism that sustain equitable and continuous learning opportunity for all citizens. So, the base ground, the foundation step is reset the framework on three enabling conditions that makes learning city possible. The first one is strong political will and commitment. The second one is inclusive governance and participation of our stakeholders and mobilizing an effective use of resources. This foundation step ensure that the vision of Learning City is not only initiated but also implemented and sustained over time. From this concept of UNESCO Learning City and University City Partnership, our team have developed that we call the LINKS model, a new model that we set of collaborative integration model designed to promote lifelong learning through sustainable learning city. At this point, I would like to, this is a research framework that we link these two concepts together, and we would like to study. In this part, we study to learn the best practice from Windham, Australia, Glasgow City from Scotland, and the Inkupiyong from Seoul, and Okayama City from Japan, and Cork City from Ireland. All these best best practice from UNESCO Learning City Award that we would like to study, and I'm very appreciate that you all can share your knowledge today in this forum. And also we study in a Thai member of Global Learning City Network in Learning City in Thailand too. In this fact, actually we study in 7 provinces, but now today we very appreciate that the speaker from 3 provinces will join. At this point, I would like to invite Vachirapon to present more detail about the LINKS model and explain how University City collaboration support the development of sustainable learning city. Please.
Thank you very much. Okay, so greetings. Today we address one of the most critical challenges of the 21st century, how to foster truly sustainable lifelong learning for all citizens. So our research derived from case studies on existing learning cities led us to develop a comprehensive framework for this challenge. We call it as the LINKS model. So this model provides a systemic, integrated approach to collaboration between a city and its local partners to build a resilient, enduring learning culture. So as you can see from the screen, the foundation of the LINKS model is built on 3 core non-negotiable principles. The first one is the learning for all that's here, okay? So learning for all means high-quality educational opportunities must be accessible to everyone, regardless of age, background, or ability. Cities must actively create resources for all groups, including the elderly and disadvantaged. Second, that's here, the green one, which is the learning for life. We view learning as a continuous, lifelong process that goes beyond formal schooling. The focus here is on promoting essential skills like critical thinking and problem solving through experience and interaction. And the last one is the blue one here is learning for sustainable development. This principle ensures we integrate knowledge, attitudes, and skills related to conservation and sustainable thinking directly into the curriculum to foster a better society, economy, and environment. So based on these three principles are put into action through the 5 dimensions of the LINKS model. So each letter, LINKS, represents the vital pillar of success. The first one is L, L stands for learner-centered innovation. This is the heart of citizen development, emphasizing inclusive access and the effective use of emerging digital technologies to build strong learning communities. The second one is I. I is for integrative and visionary leadership. Effective leaders must have a clear shared vision for sustainability, building the trust and sustained relationships necessary for long-term multi-sector cooperation. The next one, N is for network integration and collaborative partnership. This requires robust multi-stakeholder partnerships across all sectors like public, private, and civil society, supported by collaborative governance. K stands for knowledge-driven insights and feedback systems. To ensure continuous improvement, this pillar focuses on transparent data sharing, robust feedback mechanisms, and leveraging digital platforms for widespread learning assets. And the last one is S. S is for structured agreements and resource integrity. Because sustainability relies on clear rules, so this involves setting strategic agreements, defining clear, flexible responsibilities, and also ensuring sustainable resource sharing to maximize benefit and longevity. So to drive these 5 dimensions, the model relies on 3 key mechanisms. So the first one is policy integration, which links educational, economic, social, and environmental goals into a cohesive city policy. The second one is the city council, which acts as the central coordinating hub for all stakeholders and resource mobilization. And the last one is learning ecosystem, which is the systematic network that connects all resources, knowledge, and opportunities across the city. Now, as Ajahn Sonnet mentioned earlier, let's look at the scope of our study. To test our links model here, we established a broad comparative scope to analyze collaborative integration. So as Ajahn Sonnet mentioned earlier, for the international countries, so we have 5 UNESCO Learning City awardees, including Glasgow from Scotland, Cork from Ireland, Impyeonggu from Korea, Okoyama from Japan, and also Windham from Australia. Domestically, we have 7 key Thai UNESCO Learning City members, stretching from the northern down to the southern part of Thailand, including Chiang Rai, Phayao, Chiang Mai, Sukhothai, Chachoengsao, Phuket, and Hat Yai. By applying these links framework to these diverse cases, we are able to provide a comprehensive analysis of how collaboration can be integrated for truly sustainable lifelong learning. So the links model is more than just a framework. It's the blueprint for action. By integrating these principles and mechanisms, any city can become a truly sustainable learning city, securing a brighter future for all its people. And thank you very much for your attention here.
Thank you very much. Yes, please, Dr. Sonnet, if you would like to say something.
Thank you,
Yes.
Washarapon, and thank you everyone. That I think today is after this is the platform for learn from each other among Thai learning city and other city in the world. So I think it's a will be value experience for us. So, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, both of you, for sharing the insights and outcomes of this important initiative. So we learned a lot from the links model, and yes, we hope yes, we can continue to witness the actual examples, the good practices from the cities that you have just presented on the screen. So now let us explore the best practice from Thai learning cities, showcasing their strategies and key initiatives in building vibrant learning ecosystems. We are pleased to welcome 3 representatives who will share their experiences in developing their respective learning cities. First, Ms. Jirapha Pradit from Rachamangkala University of Technology Lana, representing Chiang Mai, and Associate Professor Dr. Phanindra Thiranon from University of Phayao, representing Phayao Province, and Associate Professor Dr. วิทยา ปิดตังนาโพ from Naresuan University representing Sukhothai. So we truly appreciate your time and participation in this forum. Each presenter will now share their insights in sequence. So the floor is yours. Please start with Ms. Jirapha. Yes.
สวัสดีค่ะ so let me try to share the slide. I probably trying to speak about Chiang Mai Learning City from a really practical point of view because I think we have done so much of academic-based research and a lot of serious stuff. So today I'm just going to talk about it from the perspective of local and people from Chiang Mai, like those who work for the city and lecture observer. But me myself was born and raised in Chiang Mai. Just a brief introduction of myself, and I just happened to receive master degree from Ireland, from Northern Ireland. Sorry, from Belfast. So I kind of like really understand the idea that we can share among like a city from Ireland and Glasgow as well. And actually some of our initiative in Chiang Mai really adopt the idea and the concept from the UK and Ireland. And 2 weeks ago, we just host an event called Hit the North Chiang Mai, where we collaborate with British Council and Embassy of Ireland, where we bring our colleague from Hit the North Belfast to Chiang Mai. And this project, basically the collaboration based on the idea of bringing street art as part of creating like new learning spaces in the city, where we start back then throughout Chiang Mai Learning City project in 2022. So very good to be here and very happy to see all of you, like all of us get together and learning from each other. So just start with Chiang Mai Learning City. So we have the definition of Chiang Mai Learning City. We believe that Chiang Mai is a cultural learning city for just basically to develop local economy and better quality of life for Chiang Mai people. That I will go in perspective. But anyway, as a representative from academic sector, so we act as a collaborative academic organization that we support and enhance Chiang Mai Learning City initiative, and in partnership with many stakeholders, especially with Chiang Mai municipality, who started back in 2021. So most of our work basically have been funding by program management unit on area-based. It's a research-based development organization in collaboration with Chiang Mai University and Rajamangala University and other university in Chiang Mai. So the picture I'm showing you now is just to give a little bit of background that Chiang Mai become global network learning city since 2021, and it initiated by Chiang Mai municipality. So the first goal was to enhance the community-based learning through the provision of mobile library across community space within the old city. And then the focus kind of shift to they want to promote Chiang Mai as a center of promoting lifelong learning through robust like multi-sectoral collaboration and participatory planning process in order to engage with government bodies, civil society, academic institution, and other private sector. But because we run and started project based on our research funding, so activity with community was really, really important. That's why throughout this 4 year, we have like, we could say hundreds of activity that we try to make people understand what actually is learning city, because everybody understand that city is the city, but how we going to make them see the city where they stay and live and spend their lifetime there, and also understand the resources that available in the city and how they can pick up and even just like live their daily life by understanding the city as a learning spaces. So that's what our main focus. So throughout this full year, because we already know that working underneath the UNESCO like things, we have to focus on like education and culture and scientific. And if you know Chiang Mai, that we have rich culture and we are really like such a diverse place to learn. We have so many community within the municipality area itself. And that's why it's kind of fun and at the same time very challenging to work among this diversity of people, community, and belief. But anyway, I think like the main focus for us is to establish the local collaboration among these stakeholders. So we put it out in three main focus. The first one is how can we work with multi-sectoral committee, right? And how can we work with civil society who are really strong? How can we work with local community? And how can we work with even monk and temple? How can we bring them together? One thing that we know for the fact that these stakeholders love Chiang Mai as a city itself. And when we talk about they love Chiang Mai, they love the folk way of life in Chiang Mai. They love their own culture. And you can talk about many things and they might have different opinions. But when you talk about culture and cultural resources, especially something that connected to environment, something that connected to like, folk life, they all agree that they want to make it better. They want to see like the aesthetic and they want to see the aesthetic, like the beautiful side of it. And they want to show that to other people. And another thing that we know for the fact that it's very strong part of Chiang Mai is the citizen participation. Chiang Mai has a very long history that people are always part of everything. And sometimes they support the central government development. Sometimes they stand against the mega projects. So that's why like what bring Chiang Mai people together is to allow them to be part of decision making. That was also another important thing. And also like after 4 years that we have worked with many stakeholders, this is just to show like how much of how much work we have done basically. So throughout this 4 year, the first year actually we focus more on learning of the local study. How can we define what is local study? What are the share idea? What are the share value among the community? And how can we work with cross-sectoral collaboration? Because each stakeholder, they have their own like understanding about learning city. And at the same time, we're trying so hard to like promote Chiang Mai as a learning city for urban and environment development, because that issue kind of draw people together. If you know Chiang Mai, we have been facing the pollution, the air pollution in the past 15 years. So every time we talk about urban and environmental issue, it's draw people. And then we just come with the idea, how can we change our neighborhood? How can we change the small environment around our neighborhood and make a better life quality through making like a better environment for everyone in community. And also definitely because we still a developing country, we have like the way to say in Thai that if we can learn from it, is also mean that we can eat from it. Eating, it's mean like we can do something that boosts the economy among these cultural resources. And at the same time, we learn from it. That's the most simple way to communicate with local people. So on the second year, we focus more on the creative local economy and learning ecology, because to keep learning city going, you need to understand the whole ecology system of Chiang Mai, and then go back to the community, how they understand about the ecology and how they can like pick up some small thing around them and to create like even to make their own learning space. And also how can we connect this urban ecology together as a role of like academic sector. So we have to work really, really hard with Chiang Mai Municipality Office because for them, to be frankly speaking, they look at Chiang Mai Learning City, they look at the status of them being part of the network. It's a routine work, right? So how can we promote that more in depth, that they should work more for the people? And I think that's part of the university city. I mean, it's actually a university job to work in collaboration with local authority to enhance and even like increase the capacity building with their staff. So in the past, actually this year to 2025, we actually challenge ourselves that what if we try to apply for the Global Network Learning City Award? Like what can we do, and what kind of like conceptual framework that would make us become part of the city that might be able to get the award in the future. We don't know yet. Maybe in the next round of the award application that open, but we have already prepared the draft that we used the 2024 like a format of the application. But it's not, it wasn't about the application. It's about like the reflection of these 4 years of hard working. We use that application to actually reevaluate ourselves. And that's why this year we came up with the Sustainable Based Development Management Plan that we already proposed to Chiang Mai Municipality Office. And we still continue working with them, even though we don't get funding for the next year yet. We don't know yet. So I think another thing that's very important for us is actually the first 2 years, we worked really, really hard to collect all this database, like the database or local study is not just about analytic data. It even includes the local recipe of the multicultural food and menu as part of learning resources. If you go on our website, you can see that we have the menu called Local Study, where you can learn about the local resources that related to memory, object, people, and places, and where you can get access to our files. And before we work on the draft application this year, back in 2024, we proposed the idea of CCBD. So what is CCBD? CCBD stands for Community Culture-Based Demonstration Event. We believe that Chiang Mai itself, the whole city itself, if you look in terms of urban development or even just urban spaces, it's always related to the folk way of life. Each part of the city, so-called each part of the city that we call these areas learning space, they have some certain and particular role that connected to local tradition. So throughout the year, throughout 12 months, people would rotating and practice their traditional cultural tradition based on these spaces. And we believe that this cultural share value help utilize culture for authenticity of lifelong learning, because we were trying so hard to kind of like, okay, think about the program, maybe pick up some kind of innovation. But at the end of the day, as I mentioned before, the people in Chiang Mai really value and cherish their local culture. And we question ourselves why we have to try to establish a new thing for them. Why don't we just look back and try to kind of like enhance these cultural spaces and introduce the lifelong learning and sustainable learning by not changing their way of life? And this idea has been proved internationally. And even we had a lot of like consultation session with UNESCO Bangkok, and then we bring this idea to the international like level through UNESCO connection. And what the feedback was really good, because it was refreshing, as they said, because that's how we look at city as a learning spaces. We don't force people to be in one place or stick with one program, but we try to promote the city everywhere you go, every corner you go. And if you understand of folk way of life and the diversity of culture, you can learn from their like daily practices. So not just that, because we have done a lot of like evaluation and research. We know for the fact that back in 2022, we do the assessment of Chiang Mai potential to, for Learning City, we use the key feature from UNESCO Learning City, and then we do the evaluation. We know for the fact that there are three main key feature that we received quite a high score. The first one is about the integration in the Learning City action plan, of course. I think Chiang Mai City itself, especially local authority, they have been really actively like integrate like cultural tradition and education as part of their like action plan. And this proved by how much budget they have invested into the program. The second one is about resource mobility, because Chiang Mai, we have like three big university. Of course, like these university help mobilizing learning resources throughout like research program initiative and a lot of like establishment. And third one, of course, even though Chiang Mai, we promote our city intentionally or unintentionally based on our cultural tradition. And this celebration event is part, even though you might look at it as like to attract the tourists, but we try so hard to also include the cultural tradition as part of the tourism programs and open for learning. Actually, most of them are free. So it's mean that if you come to Chiang Mai on the right time, you just get to learn about local tradition and be part of the community for free. Not just that, after we finished the draft application for the GNLC award application to challenge ourselves, we have found like there are 8 dimensions that the Chiang Mai are really, really outstanding. The first one is when you talk about developing learning city plan. Of course, CCBD is something like quite different from other city that we try to promote the program that not just like stay in one place. We try to promote the city and like adopt a way of life as part of the model. And when you talk about like resource mobility or use, we believe that database will help us enhance the quality of learning over time. I think this also like the most challenging part of Thailand as well, because it seemed like making one database or one data resource, it's such a mess, It has been like question for me and other like researcher for a very long time. Why can't we just go on to one place and then find a big database for everyone to learn? And also, I think another thing that very, very important is that we look back at Chiang Mai itself in the past 20, 30 years, they have been a lot of work about the integration of local curriculum as part of the main curriculum, that the school itself trying to work with their neighborhood and also find the local curriculum and include that as part of their main curriculum. That's why each school in Chiang Mai, especially school in municipality area, they have different program when you talk about local curriculum. And that make it really outstanding. I mean, teacher work really hard to reach out to local community and then bring that knowledge back into the classroom. And we know for the fact that being part of Learning City, we cannot leave the formal education behind. We have to embrace that as part of Learning City. And so the last one, I'm going to talk about like our proposal that we submit to the Chiang Mai Municipality Office about the strategy plan. So the strategy plan that we work in the past 4 years can be break down into like 4 focuses. the first one is definitely we want to elevate community and economic based on cultural heritage, right? And the second one is we want to strengthen and develop like the potential under UNESCO framework, definitely, because every once in a while you have to submit the progress report back to UNESCO. And that's why we have to assist Chiang Mai municipality in order to give them information and also analytic like information to them to complete the report. The third one is we hope that these management plan will support lifelong learning for all ages. And this one is basically like how can we use the tools that everyone can access is like through online platform that they can just go somewhere, get the information, get resources, and learn all the time. And nowadays, like I think it's become a common thing that we start promoting a lot of local tradition based on online platform, and people can participate the event and even just maybe like be part of the event, be a supporter. And the fourth one is to strengthen the national and international network cooperation. I think we still have a big gap on it because all the email and information still go through Chiang Mai municipality office. And I think with their limitation of the department that responsible to the international collaboration. So sometimes like we don't get the update or the news. Or maybe sometimes we know that we have to join the online session in English like 1 or 2 days before. We didn't have time to prepare enough. But anyway, as a university and academics, we try our best to have like partner with them and work with them closely. And then every time they reach out, we support them completely. So if you look at the structure, the working structure of Chiang Mai Learning City, Chiang Mai Learning City is actually the responsibility of the Division of Strategy and Budget. So that's why everything we propose will be under the provision of their action plan and budget plan. But we still find a challenge that like as a university partnership and as a academic sector, the continuity of budget, it's something very important. Even if now we don't have budget to continue with research project, we're still working with them voluntarily. And also, of course, political changes. So this is the biggest challenge, I think, in Thailand and in other places as well, because sometimes when you get a new mayor, they forget probably not even talk about learning city anymore. So that's two challenges. So I think that's pretty much my time, 15 minutes, or maybe more to share about Chiang Mai Learning City. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jirapha, for your insight information about Chiang Mai Learning City. So we will take just a brief moment as our next presenter gets ready. So if you are ready, Ajahn Panintra, you can start the story about Phayao City. Thank you very much. The floor is yours.
So thank you very much for inviting me to this session. My talk is about the road to UNESCO of the Phayao Learning Cities. Phayao is in the northern part of Thailand with a very scenic mountainous area. It is about 2 hours far from Chiang Mai. And Phayao is the member of UNESCO Global Network of Learning City in 2022. Let me start with why do we have to create a learning city in Phayao. Phayao has a population of 460,000 roughly. And the problem is that we have the average of education for the informal laborers around 8.5 years, which is less than the standard of the Thai government, which is around 12 years for education. So the informal laborers with the less education in Phayao, they should continue their lifelong learnings. So This is the first year problem that we started learning cities in Phayao. Also, we also have lots of under disadvantaged children with the impoverished children also increase in Phayao province due to the informal laborers number. In the first year, we partnership. This is one of our strategy. We partnership with Phayao municipality to create and enrich the learning spaces around Phayao Lake. Phayao Lake is the center of our learning city, and then we expand all of the learning spaces using local wisdom as the base around the Phayao Lake. And we have the monitoring and evaluation system for the learning process in Phayao Learning City, which is we measure the 21st century skill, the income of the learners after they access to our learning spaces. And we were funded by the PMUA under the Ministry of Higher Education, Science, Research, and Innovation in the first year. And luckily, we can be the member of the UNESCO GNLC within 1.5 years after we initiated the learning cities. And then in the first year, we didn't create this timeline of what we are going to achieve within 5 years. We have initiated this timeline after we being accepted as the membership of the UNESCO. So we can see directly that we have a clear vision that we want to be like the hub of learning city course in Thailand. And we are now moving forward to the Learning City Thailand Network with the PMUA and the Equitable Education Fund or the EEF. For our strategies, we have adapted the key features of UNESCO Learning Cities. Actually, there are 6 key features, but we have adapted only 4. The first one is a partnership with key stakeholders, including local governments, non-government offices, and also the community of the Phayao, because we believe in the local intellectuals and using the local wisdom to be the base for learning process. The second principle is that we enrich the learning spaces with the local governments using the community learning spaces such as temples, wildlife sanctuary, and also the building offices as the learning spaces around Phayao Lake, which is the core zone of our learning city. The third principle is that we left no one behind, as we also linked the learning city with the SDGs of the UN. So impoverished children, disabled children and disabled people also included to our learning spaces. The fourth principle is that we have the monitoring and evaluation system, because we connected the learning spaces with the credit bank of the University of Phayao programs. So our evaluation and monitoring system is quite of the university with the high standard and equality of the education. So this is the first principle. We need the vision of the mayor to gather all partnerships who are the key persons. And the visionary of the mayors are the most important, because it will be the clear direct for our action to process the learning pathways for all. And this is our former mayor who signed the application for GNLC membership. And he is now the minister in Ministry of Thai government. And we also use our University of Phayao Reskill Upskill courses to be the guidelines for the learning process in our community learning spaces. So it's quite inclusive process. The second one is that we use local wisdom learning spaces with the link to the university credit bank. So the learners need not to access into the University of Phayao, but they can learn anywhere around Phayao Lake with the credit bank earned from the university. And we extend our learning spaces from 18 learning spaces to 31 learning spaces in the second year. And this is the impoverished children can access to the Thailand Knowledge Park of Phayao. And then learn in Phayao Learning City should be learn to earn. So we measure the income of the children and all who are our learners in the learning cities. In the second year, Phayao has faced drought in Phayao Lake. So we think that the other problems has been emerged. So we have to use the BCG model, bio circular green model, to be one of the fundamental learning courses for the learners in the second year. So this is what we have used as a fundamental learning process, the biocircular green concept. So we collaborated with the wildlife sanctuary for the community to learn to preserve the wildlife, such as the peafowls or the peacocks, which is the Thai species, which is one of the red list of the UN species. So learning can preserve wildlife, which is the one of our prominent result of the learnings using the biocircular green economy concept. The second one is that as there are lots of trees in Phayao Wildlife Sanctuary around Phayao province, so these leaves can cause the burning and fire, which cause the PM 2.5. So we make use of this leaf as the eco-printing. So this is also help to be like the eco-friendly for all the communities around Phayao province. We also make use of the water hyacinth in Phayao Lake to be like crafting bag for sale. So this is one of our key initiative for the second year. And then we measured the carbon emission in numbers. We have the partner from the School of Environmental and Energy of the University of Phayao. So we have measured our carbon emission learning activities each year. And it is come up that the result of the learning process using the BCG concept can decrease the carbon emission in each activity that we have been done so far. So we can make use of these concepts as the learning ecotourism for the community to sell the workshop in the learning spaces. It could be level up into the ecotourism learning spaces around Phayao Lake. So this is what we have been done so far, and it is now in the 5th year of our learning city in Phayao. The change is that we have established the core zone of learning near Phayao Lake, which we call TK Park of Phayao. It is owned by the Phayao municipality. And we have set up the Phayao Learning City room by the Phayao municipality, not by the university, though the university has initiated the projects of learning cities. And the Phayao Provincial Administrative Organization has established the education division, which has not been existed in the Phayao Provincial Administrative Organization before, and they transferred to civil local governments to run the Learning City project with the University of Phayao. We also have the new wildlife sanctuary courses for the climate action or SDG 13 of the UN in the Learning City. It is an online course and you can get the certificate online. And we also established the city unit, which we call Phayao Ambassador, who can access and negotiate with the Phayao mayors to Phayao communities in the Phayao, in University of Phayao. So they can continue the learning cities, though the researcher has been withdrawn from the project. We also have the Rotary Satellite Club emerged from the Phayao learning cities, and local entrepreneurship is the key man for this establishment. They get, they collected the fund from the community for 9,000 baht each month to run their own activities without asking or without applying for any government fund. So our key success is that the mayor should have the leadership and visionary together with the collaboration with the partnership like the academic sector, like the University of Phayao or other universities, together with the community engagement is very important, and I think it's a core key for the success of learning cities. The communities or the local intellectuals can be like the city ambassador to expand our learning spaces across the province. We have to make use of the existing assets. No need to create the new assets or the new learning spaces. Make use of what you have, like the local wisdom. You have to develop the city administrator and University of Phayao together with the Equitable Education Fund also collaborated to run the city administrator course each year, online and on-site. And the central support from the government, like the policy mandates, is also important for the success of the learning cities. We also have the problems like the lack of understanding of what is learning city, because it is quite an abstract concept. So we need the negotiation skill and explanation skills to the communities and also sometimes for the mayors. We also face the budget constraints for the municipalities, and the discontinuity of the policy if we have to change the mayors. However, this could be done by you have to grow or groom the city ambassador or city administrator to continue the projects of learning cities. Though there is no mayor or the mayor has changed, but these people, even the local governments, if they become the city administrator, they will continue the concept of lifelong learning in your area. We also have physical limitations like the transportation to easily access to each learning space. So this I can say that we need the support from the central government. So this is all for the learning cities in Phayao. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much ค่ะอาจารย์พนินทรานะคะ for the information, the history, the background of Phayao, from the past to the present and the future plan. So next, the presenter, if you are ready, อาจารย์วิทยา the floor is yours ค่ะ
Yes.
sorry, please.
All right. Okay. Yes. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Right. I tried to calculate how much time I left. I think I need to go like 6 slides per minute. Thank you for sharing all the good practice from both Learning City in Thailand. Yes, I'm so pleased to share the role of higher education institutions on behalf of Naresuan University to support the UCSEN mission in case of Sukhothai as a co-focal point for myself. Right? Sukhothai may have a different models to share with you, but I try to make it quick as possible. We will have like 5 sessions for today's contents. Firstly, to introduce Sukhothai. As you will know that in Thailand, we have 10 learning city, right? You see from the map, we got so far we got 9 UNESCO Creative City Network for Nan, the newest one, and also for Songkhla. And also, as you see from the map, the higher education institutes is a knowledge hub to support the mission, either Creative City or Learning City. The pink color is Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, Phuket, Sukhothai, and Bangkok. If we count Hat Yai as Songkhla, they are both Creative City and Learning City. In case of Sukhothai, we maximize the opportunity of the city itself, not only because of the rich in history and rich in cultural heritage. We're starting from the tangible cultural heritage from being the World Heritage Site. And also we promote the intangible cultural heritage in terms of the literature, even the memorandum of the world at the Phokun Ram Khamhaeng or the King Ram Khamhaeng inscription number 1, we see the beginning of every learning session in Thailand. And also after that, we become the new member of Craft and Folk Art Creative City of UNESCO in 2019. And 2 years later, we developed to be the Learning City as global network of Learning City. Because we integrate the mission together, we push the craft village to be the lifelong learning as the learning craft village as well. Then you will see how we promote the city beyond its heritage. And as you know that it's the beginning of everything: town planning, water irrigations, management system, hydroscape, martial art, performance, art and architecture, including craft. Then it's a huge variety of learning session that we can learn from ancient town of Sukhothai. We're moving to the role of Naresuan University itself. We try to support the mission, not only beginning from the heritage sites and also creative for craft and folk art at the local level until the international level, as well as since we've been the learning global network of city of Sukhothai, Naresuan play important role to support in-kind collaboration rather than in case. Sometimes you will surprise how I run the project without any supporting fund, which is might be the good practice to share as well. We celebrate Loi Krathong during the World Festival, the World Learning Festival online, and we integrate the senior and the junior intergeneration to learn together, celebrate the title of our learning city. And you will see how important of the soft power, not only on behalf of Faculty of Architecture, Art and Design at the leading department to support the creativity and the culture access in Sukhothai. In our region, the lower northern region of Thailand, we promote art culture at our soft power because university is the source of peopleware who can empower the community in different aspects, not only for creative areas, different cluster itself, but also to build up trust and also to upskill, reskill, new skill for our local communities as much as opportunity that we have. And also, you may share the same mission with Alta University with research, community engagement, teaching, and cultural promotion as the focus of our faculty as well. Then we integrate the creativity and also learning opportunity to our 4 main missions of university. Not only teaching, researching for children, for the young, the youth, the young designer, for the craft maker, but also for the senior as well, that you will see how we engage the community into the living lifelong learning ecosystem, not only inside the campus, but outside the campus as well. We developed the collaboration with the design jewelry department with Roma, and also our student Joy is online to promote the craft of Sukhothai by featuring components with the Rome. And also we got a big support from the embassy of Italy as well in Thailand. And also climate action is our working group, as you might heard from Ong Pyong, and also with Diane, because we working with Okoyama as well at the working group for education for sustainable development, but particular on climate action. Then we try to integrate climate action to promote craft as well with the other partner, not only public, private, people partnership, but across the borders as well, include the city scale, also across the learning city at the global level. And how we push planning into practice in case of Naresuan University to support Sukhothai. We integrate the action plan. We try to make the mutual understanding with our public stakeholders as well to ensure it's not a burden for them to drive the city, either that will be creative city or learning city. We try to maximize the impact of the activity of the city as much as opportunity. Of course, we need to have the action plan, and luckily, Naresuan University try to develop the action plan and put it into practice by integrating the UCCN action plan with the city strategy development for achieving the sustainable development goals in different aspects that we targeted, and also to create the lifelong learning with the learning city as well. Then everything will be connected for good in terms of policy engagement and lifelong learning society. And we focus in different aspects of SDG as much as we can to apply and integrate into the city. We try to promote the existing infrastructure of formal and informal education system, not only for the school level, but higher vocational colleges and also university itself. And also we open for entrepreneurs as the learning center for craft village or craft enterprise as well. Then you will see a variety of how lifelong learning integrate into the economic growth in Sukhothai. Right, and you will see people can access it anytime, anywhere, and for anyone. We will not let anybody left behind. And also Sukhothai is a creative tourism as well, not only culture and heritage, but also we promote community-based tourism. Then every community is more than welcome to join with the learning project for lifelong learning, as we promote live and learn, stay and study, not only for the quick scheme tourism, but also we appreciate what we have in the way of living of Sukhothai people there. Right. Yeah, and this is the lesson learned, how we put it. We think globally, but we act locally. We learning, sharing, and we networking our network. And you will see how we integrate the SDG with the activity of the city, even we have limited budget, but we managed to promote the collaboration, especially with the martial art, the performance, the traditional dance form, Sukhothai College of Dramatic Art, to building up peace, and also to promote the art and folk art, not only for craft, but folk art as well. And partnership is very important for university to build up, to drive the community across intergeneration. It's just like the same wine in different bottles that you will heard from low carbon, climate change, green design, eco design. It's the similar thing to tackle, to address the climate challenge. And climate challenge is key thing that we promote to make it more friendly by using the low carbon craft market. And we try to avoid plastic use in the Loi Krathong festival. In the activity, we promote the natural materials. And this is the learning system. Loi Krathong as well, you will see how people use the organics and local material for placemaking or creative space. In the science, we promote it with the intergeneration. We don't focus only the senior, because you cannot sustain your heritage without the collaboration from young generation and youth. And also we try to avoid using the plastic bag. We try to promote the craft in our daily use and daily life. We don't wait for the tourists to shop and buy the local products, but we apply it in our uses, in daily uses. And also the upcycling things that we promote for the female artisan who struggle from the economic recession as well. And also last year, we, with a limited budget, we promote the collaboration from 3 UNESCO membership from, I think, 3 from the heritage sites and 5 from the learning city and also 7 from the creative city to join our, Sukhothai heritage creative craft and lifelong learning community to maximize the benefit of our budget in the city. And we got from Hamburg, our leading leaderships in climate action, and also from Shanghai with Ong Beyong, with Okoyama to join us. And we celebrate it with as much as possible. Even in the role of the Faculty of Architecture, we try to put the climate resilient design into the workshop. We learned together with British Council under the collaboration of Thai-UK World Class Consortium, as we are only one school of architecture to join in this consortium. And also we use such design to apply to let students to make it in practice. We promote it at the volunteer. We build up 4 new steel house to help to support the elder residents in Yangsai. And also it survived this year for the flooding. And also we developed the toilet, and this is one of the blue and green infrastructure. We apply the natural-based solution to build the drainage system in the in the garden. It's a small group of senior artists to work together, and in that day we built like 3 natural bridge that made from upcycling materials, right? And we built the partnership. Partnership is a key thing that we use the in-kind collaboration later in CAS, and we work it with the Learning City in different projects, and it's still going on for learning and sharing amongst Sukhothai itself, and also with Alta City to work on education for sustainable development, and especially Shanghai, which is the good practice and the key message for me to pass to everyone today is lifelong learning is not only focused on aging society, but it should promote and empower different generations to more interact together. Which is the best practice of Shanghai that we joined so far. They have like senior citizenship program that encourage parents and grandparents and children get together. Sometimes I ask a stupid question that why China need to promote senior and retired people, because they know no long productivity to make for develop the country. And they said, Vidya, you know what? If grandparents happy, the parents happy, and your children is also happy, and we drive the happiness to create the productivity for lifelong learning in our multicultural society in China, which is very best practice and unbelievable. And also we carry on to share different article, the joy collaboration for writing up through my journal as well. And right, try to make it in time the future challenge that we make. We think globally but act locally, small but beautiful. Lifelong learning across generation is the key thing that you can preserve your intangible, tangible cultural heritage, and also to maintain your sustainable, resilience, inclusive future as well for our global challenge nowadays. This is the program that we still develop, and we are extend our opportunity to apply for the research collaboration project. And I think it's a good starting point to work together among our Thailand and international partnership across Learning City as well to generate the creative learning for all. And also we need to focus on co-learning, co-creating, co-design, co-benefit, and co-contribution for everyone, and to ensure that no one left behind, and to ensure that we speak in the same language, either the alpha generation or the senior generation. Right. Thank you for your attention. ขอบคุณนะคะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all our Thai Learning City presenters for sharing such inspiring practices and truly reflect the spirit of lifelong learning. So we will now open the floor for a brief Q&A session. If you have any questions, please raise your hand or type your question in the chat box. So please, anyone? Please feel free to raise your hand or type them in the chat box. And you're welcome to share your comments as well, maybe your insights, your stories, anything that you would like to share with us. We are very welcome.
Good evening.
Oh, yes, good evening. Yes.
I'm Mrs. Saritula Papaipan. I very thankfully I would like to present my thankfully to all the presentation. I like to learn about the learning city for education, and I think that is very important for everyone and every people in Thailand and in every province in Thailand. So thank you very much.
Thank you
I
very
have no
much
question.
also. Oh, thank you very
No
much for
question.
your
Thank you very much.
appreciation. Yes. I think yes, we also welcome the appreciations, like the message, the kind message that we can encourage each other to light up our heart and soul and spirit to go beyond. Yes, thank you very much, Miss Prapaipan. Thank you. Anyone else would like to ask or share or say thank you? Or just introduce yourself. Oh, I see. Yes. Diane from
Yes.
Unham City, please.
Yes. Thank you. Look, thank you to all the presenters. It's not so much a question, but a reflection or a comment. I really enjoyed all of the presentations. What struck me was the commonalities between all of us, and hearing you talk about all of you separately talking about informal and formal and promoting lifelong learning anytime, anywhere, to anyone, that integration of the sustainable development goals in your activities as a way of keeping track or pinning them to certain activities, but also using them as a way to educate the community. And that idea of having to continually bring the administration and the mayors and the councillors along with you, all of those things really resonated with me. We share so many things. Our communities are different. We're living on other sides of the world, but we have a lot of commonalities. So I really thank you for sharing, and I've really connected with much of what you've said. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I think thank you, Diane, for those lovely reflections. And yes, indeed, we share today truly reminds us that lifelong learning happens anytime, anywhere, and that sense of commonality and connection is what keeps our communities growing stronger together. So I think this forum strengthens our bond and beyond. Thank you very much. Anyone else? If you have more questions, feel free to type them in the chat box. We will come back again for another Q&A session after the presentations from the international partners. So let's move on to the next session. Now we turn to our International Learning City partners who will share their unique models, strategies, and innovation in advancing the Learning City movement. We are deeply honored to be joined today by Professor Dr. Seamus Otuoma, Director of the Center for Adult Continuing Education, AEC, and Chairman of the Asia-Europe Meeting or ASEM LLL Hub, University College Cork. And also, we have a pre-recorded video from Mr. Do Sun Hwang from Unpyeonggu Office, Republic of Korea. And also, we have Dr. Ria Dangli, University of Glasgow, United Kingdom. And next, we have another video presentation from Okayama City Office from the SDGs and ESD Promotion Division, Okayama City Office, Japan. And last but not least, we have Ms. Diane Taba, Chair of the Australian Learning Community Network, or ALCN, representing Wyndham City Council, Australia. Some of our international partners are joining us live online today, while others have kindly prepared the pre-recorded video messages to share their experiences and reflections. So our staff will kindly show the video for some of the guests. We truly appreciate their time and contributions across different time zones, and we begin the session. Please, Professor Dr. Seamus, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, and I'll share my screen, and I'll try to be as brief as I can. Just a second, I'll find it. So I'd like to begin by reiterating what Diane said about the how impressive all of the three examples we got from Thailand were. And while the speakers were speaking, it struck me that we talk about learning cities, and then that means the cities need to learn from each other as well. So it's been a very important learning experience for me today to see what you're doing. And one of the things that's always really, really, really impressive, I think, about any learning city project is when you can demonstrate the work you're doing with lots of photographs, because that indicates that this is real. It's not somebody talking about it in the abstract. It's absolutely real, and it's happening in real time. And I had a very good fortune through the good offices of Subatida primarily to visit many learning contexts in Thailand. And I have been happy to share what I've seen in Thailand in other parts of the world, because I think many of the things you're doing are very, very, very interesting. In the interests of time, I just won't spend very long on this, but I wanted to show this picture to begin with, because in the picture, you probably don't know, well, you know, some of the people. Dennis Barrett on the right-hand side is probably well known to a lot of you, and William McAuliffe in the middle. But also in the picture are the president of the university at the time, Pat O'Shea, and on the front row is one of our colleagues, Siobhan O'Dowd, who no longer is with us, and was a great driver of Learning Neighbourhoods. And I just wanted to give this picture because it's got all the kind of partners in the picture, and that's been a really important part of what we're trying to do. And again, the idea of the university being deeply embedded is a really important aspect of what we try to do. We don't always succeed, but this is definitely our aspiration and our ambition. I'll just move on very quickly, because I think it's important that I just go through these to just give people an idea maybe of the kinds of things that have worked for us in Cork, or that continue to work for us in Cork. But you know, we're always trying to be innovative, and we're always trying to learn from others. The first point there is a partnership first. Everything is built on partnership, and for universities, that can be quite challenging, because university people labor under the misconception that they know everything about everything. And we have to begin to change that paradigm and actively do it. So part of our commitment to each other is that in any public forum, for instance, we always acknowledge the other partners. And we always reiterate that. And that is important because we are renewing with ourselves our commitment to partnership. And we need to do that. We need to keep reminding ourselves that this is a partnership. This is not one organization, one direction or whatever. Learn and innovate. We have to continue to learn. And I've learned an awful lot of things today. And I really want to dig a lot more deeply into those three outstanding examples of learning cities, because there's so many innovative things happening there. And I'd like to bring a lot of those ideas back to my colleagues in Cork. Renewal and succession. What I mean there is that we can settle into a kind of way of thinking that we have all the people that are necessary around the table and that we don't need to bring in new people. We need to constantly bring new people on board. And we need to constantly make sure that the door is open to everybody in the community, everybody in the city, all of the time, and that anybody who comes should be welcomed. Succession is important, and a number of the speakers spoke about that in relation to mayors changing and all of these kinds of things. People are always changing responsibilities and roles, and we need to be very, very conscious of succession, that there's the baton is passed on and that people are willing to take the baton. Let no one behind, and a number of people mentioned that as well, and it's very clear that that was very part of the missions of the other cities. But again, it's easy to say it, it's much more hard to do it. And we have to be absolutely committed to it. And that means we have to reach out to disadvantaged and excluded people. We need to reach out to everybody in the community. It's important to celebrate success because sometimes we don't acknowledge our own successes. And when I was looking at the three previous examples, there's so many successes, so many fantastic achievements, and it's really important that people in each of those cities celebrate those achievements and say, "Whoa, well done to us," because that is important as well. The benefits of learning, and again, this was mentioned in several of the people, but I think this is a really important aspect of what we try to do. We try to keep emphasizing that learning is important, learning is good, learning is beneficial. Research and reflect, and again, this is something I can see in many of the cities now. It's looking at what we're doing, reflecting on what we're doing research on what we're doing to see, what impact are we having? Are the approaches we're adopting good? How do they work in international context? And also collaborating with other cities to look at similar projects and to derive learning from them. And as somebody who's interested in research, I could see three very interesting case studies today that I would like to collaborate with a lot more in terms of finding out what's happening in those cities and maybe working with people in those cities for us all to learn together a lot more about what's happening. We have to accept challenges, and I was very struck by the images there of Peo and the lake and the drought as an example of something that comes our way, and these kind of challenges come, and they're all kinds of different challenges, and we need to be constantly vigilant and see challenges not as something as obstacles, but something positive and something we can benefit from and develop from. We need to acknowledge to ourselves that the project is never finished. There is no perfect learning city. There is no learning cities project that's completed. We have to continuously look forward and come up with new ideas, bring in new generations, bring in new people, bring in new ideas, and move with the times. So be constantly vigilant towards that. Now, in my remaining time, I just want to talk about three things that they're in the middle, and they're not the only things we do, but I think they are important for different reasons. The Lifelong Learning Festival is now a number of years running, but the important thing about the Lifelong Learning Festival is that, first of all, the organization of it is done on a bottom-up basis. So everybody is equal. Everybody is an equal partner. Every event is free. We have a very high-profile jazz festival in Cork every year, but recently when we looked at the figures for the Lifelong Learning Festival, we think more people participate in the Lifelong Learning Festival than the internationally recognized jazz festival. So It's kind of low key and low profile in many ways, but it's reaching everyone and every part of the community. And that's really, really, really important. People mentioned that several times about intergenerational learning and so on and so forth. And we need to be having fun. We need to be enjoy what we're doing. It shouldn't be a burden. It should be fun, it should be enjoyable, it should be a sense of achievement. The Lifelong Learning Awards are important, and we do that every year. And they're important because they acknowledge the good work that's going on. Sometimes a lot of people do a lot of good work and it doesn't get acknowledged, and it's important that we acknowledge it. It gives them, it renews their enthusiasm, but it lets other people know that we value good work and good commitment. Learning neighborhoods are a bottom-up approach, and the idea there is that a neighborhood is not a community. There's no boundaries to a neighborhood. Everybody's a neighbor. It doesn't matter whether you're living there, visiting there, whatever, you're a neighbor. And we want the neighborhoods to be driving their own learning agenda. And, to me, I said, when these projects started a number of years ago, I said, when people start making demands on us, we'll know we're successful. Now, thankfully, they are making demands on us. So I think we are getting someplace that we want to get to. So that's a very, very quick whistle-stop tour through Cork. I'd be very happy to share more with people as they need it. There's lots of stuff we can read. And one of the things that came out recently was this global perspectives on lifelong on learning cities. And I can see that 3 very important chapters are missing from the book. So maybe we need volume 2, where we're bringing up the examples from Thailand. But I suppose the reason I just wanted to show this is that we're not operating in isolation. We're operating in a wider community. There's lots of things we can share and do together, and upwards and onwards, and together we can make it a better world. And I think the idea of learning cities, learning from each other, is a critically important issue. Stop there. It's 10 minutes, and that's 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Seamus. So, I am interested I'm looking forward to reading the next chapter of the book, if there is any. Yes. So, now let's hear from the next presenter. The next presentation will be a video record. So our staff will show the video for us. Please, if the video is ready, you can share the screen and then show it to our participants. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Doo-Sun Hwang, a lifelong educator from the Eunpyeokgu office in Seoul, Republic of Korea. I sincerely apologize that I'm unable to join you in real time today, and I'm sharing this presentation through a pre-recorded video instead. Also, I cannot be with you live. I'm truly honored to take part in this meaningful forum. Today, I would like to introduce Eunpyeong's Won-Dong-Won University initiative, a new lifelong learning model that connects local communities and universities. My presentation will cover 3 parts. First, what the Won-Dong-Won University initiative. Second, how we connected local communities and campus. And finally, how we've ensured lifelong learning opportunity for all residents. First, let me introduce Eunpyeonggu. It is located in the northwest of Seoul, surrounded by Bukhansan Mountain and a rich natural environment where urban life and nature exist in harmony. Currently, about 470,000 residents live in here. Eunpyeonggu has various lifelong learning infrastructures, including village universities, a lifelong learning center, and online platforms. These resources allow residents, regardless of their stage in life, to take part in learning opportunities. In 2024, Eunpyeonggu received the UNESCO Learning City Awards, which allow us to reflect on our efforts so far. Today, we are focusing on climate action and digital transformation, learning and working together with other cities. There are more than 360 universities across Korea, and 68 of them are in Seoul. However, Eunpyeong has only one university. Rather than seeing this as your limitation, we turned it into an opportunity to bring university into our communities. The Wandong-won University initiative connects its neighborhood community center with your university, bring professional university education directly into local communities so that residents can continue learning right around the corner from home. Here, Dong refers to Korea's smallest administrative community until united, similar to a neighborhood with around 23,000 residents, so that residents can continue learning just around the corner from home. This initiative began from a simple belief: learning should be open to everyone, anywhere. After the COVID-19 pandemic, residents need more accessible community-based learning. Eunpyeong decided to combine local identity with university expertise to build a sustainable lifelong learning ecosystem. This slide shows how the Wandong-won University initiative actually works in practice. At the center, you can see the Eunpyeonggu office, which serves as the main campus, supporting collaboration and policy through its lifelong learning division. It's the community center partner with our university, while the community council and local residents lead and manage and programs together. Through this structure, we empower residents to learn directly from university-level resources within their own neighborhood. There are three key strategies that make this collaboration work. First, we match communities and universities so that high-quality academic resources can be shared locally, overcoming the limitation of local education capacity. Second, we design Dong campus, turning community centers into local learning hubs that are easily accessible to everyone. This ensures the right to learning for all residents. And third, we operate the project under resident leadership, working closely with Eunpyeong's strong community council. This helps us create learning opportunities that meet your community needs. In short, universities provide expertise, the district office offers support, and the residents bring life and meaning to the programs. Together, this makes Eunpyeong's model truly sustainable. This slide 16 community council and 16 university have established formal partnership, offer training, customizing learning programs together. It was easy at first. Some local office and councils questions, why should we be involved in this? But with strong commitment from our mayor and continuous dialogue from the lifelong learning division, we successfully built partnership with the university, now connecting all 16 neighborhoods with 16 universities. We began with only a few neighborhoods of pilot project, but soon decided if we are doing this, let's do it right. All 16 communities joined the project, each designed and operating customized programs together with their partner universities. Residents often say, it's amazing to attend a university lecture right in my neighborhood. University now come to the community and residents visit campus, creating a two-way bridge of learning and exchanges. Currently, 31 specialized courses on learning across 16 neighborhoods, with over 900 learners and a 92% satisfaction. Each area has a lifelong learning facilitator who manages programs, supports learners, and promotes the initiative locally. This initiative has gained national recognition. In 2024, it received the Best Police Award from the Korean Council of Lifelong Learning Cities, and in 2025, the Grand Prize for Lifelong Learning from the Ministry of Education. It has also been benchmarked by Paju City, Bunsan City, and even the Ministry of Education in Taiwan. Our goal is to build an inclusive learning city where anyone can continue learning anytime and anywhere. Lifelong learning is no longer a privilege for some, but a right for everyone. Each university offers programs tailored to community needs. For example, Seoul National University is a net zero project. Ewha Women's University runs an ESG welfare school, and Sungkyunkwan University offers social innovation and entrepreneurship courses. Through these programs, residents learn and community change. A city of learning for all, where everyone, everywhere, anytime can continue to learn. Eunpyeong is now growing as a learning city for all, where local communities, universities, and residents co-created a sustainable learning ecosystem. This is the future of lifelong learning we envision. Learning transforms people and people transform their communities. Eunpyeong will continue this journey of shared learning between local communities and university. If you'd like to learn more about Eunpyeong's Wondong-One University initiative, please feel free to contact me anytime by email at dury07@ep.go.kr. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that's the end of the video presentation. So next, we have Dr. Ria Dunkley, University of Glasgow, United Kingdom. But before your presentation, please allow us to turn on one video, pre-recorded video sent from the Glasgow city. So our staff will just open the file and then show a few minutes of the video, and then you can continue the presentation. Thank you.
Glasgow's Lord Provost, I am proud to introduce Glasgow's latest Learning City project. Glasgow's plan to harness the power of lifelong learning can be traced back to 1999, when we became one of the first cities in the world to declare itself a learning city. It remains our long-term vision to help Glasgow succeed by enabling all our citizens through lifelong learning to achieve their goals and thrive. We joined the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities in 2019, and we continue to strive to make Glasgow the best it can be. You can find more information here on our website about how our Learning City Partnerships delivers a wide array of programmes, events and activities to enable and empower all our citizens to access lifelong learning and the benefits it brings.
Yes, thank you for the video presentation. So yes, you can start whenever you are ready, please.
Okay, can you see my presentation? Brilliant.
Yes, we can see the slides. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so hi everyone. So it's a real pleasure to be with you today, and honestly, so heartening to hear so many examples from around the world where we are trying to achieve the same things. Because I think in terms of when you're on your own in your space, it can feel like a lonely journey sometimes. So I've really appreciated that. And it's an honour to share Glasgow's experience as well. And so that's an important part of this kind of global dialogue on learning cities. So my name is Professor Ria Dunkley, and I'm from the University of Glasgow, and I lead the Community Collaboration Research Work Stream within a programme that's called Gallant. So gallant is kind of a word that means sort of brave in the world, and we are a group of researchers who are working in a transdisciplinary context and doing something quite brave, because of course when you put yourself in that position, you're sort of no longer within the security of your discipline in academia, and you're trying to kind of break the mold, but for good purposes in terms of tackling the challenges we face. So I see Gallant as being a symbol of that. But of course, like all good acronyms, it stands for something. So it stands for Glasgow as a living laboratory accelerating novel transformation. So it's quite a mouthful. And it kind of sounds very grand in that sense. And it is a major research programme that's funded by the Natural Environment Research Council here in the UK. So the focus is very much on the environmental goals. But at its heart, it's really about people and places. So about our city and what we want to change within it. It's about Glasgow becoming a fairer city. So equity is a key concern in terms of who has access to green space, who doesn't, who has access to conversations on climate action and who doesn't. And it's not only about infrastructure and policy, though those are kind of really important parts of it. It's also about everyday acts of care and creativity and connection. And in the community collaboration research, of course, that is central, because that's what people really get and what really resonates with them. So while the projects kind of involve scientists from a whole range of disciplines, there's 60 of us involved in the project, and there are engineers, there are ecologists, biodiversity folk, education folk, social scientists, people from public health. But our focus is on what's happening when learning and research and citizenship all come together at the level of the kind of neighborhood in the community collaboration work. So that combination of kind of scientific rigor and community knowledge allows us to explore the social dimensions of climate adaptation and in an evidence-based way that links quantitative data with lived experience. So that's kind of it in a nutshell what we're aiming to do. Let's see if I can move my slide on. There we are. Sorry. And so it's very much a partnership between the university and the city council, and it's supported by many other partners across the city, and those include environmental organizations, artists, cultural organizations, community groups, and even tree surgeons of late. So we really have a range of people involved. And our approach is guided in the community collaboration research stream by two principles, so co-learning and co-production. So thinking about how we learn together, but also how we bring alternate realities and futures into being. So co-learning, we're recognizing there that knowledge doesn't flow in one direction from universities to communities. And I think that's been well acknowledged in all the talks today, but it moves back and forth through conversation, through experimentation, and through shared reflections. And co-production ensures that when we study and create together, that actually matters to the everyday lives of the people. And so there's, of course, always a negotiation there between achieving the high quality, rigorous scientific outcomes and what is meaningful to people on the ground. And there's a work of kind of translation that needs to be done in the middle of that. So to support this, we've established what we called co-labs, community co-labs, small collaborative learning spaces with residents and researchers and policy actors to connect real-world challenges. So these things are things like composting and connection with trees and energy and how we move around the city, and urban nature are the things that people want to explore. And here you kind of see that represented in the work packages in the Gallant programme, where we've got engineers, for example, focused on sustainable energy. We've got public health scholars focusing on active travel. And my job within it is really to bring these themes down to the ground and into the communities, and to think about how the knowledge that's held in communities can be shared into this whole research programme. So just to move the slide on. So the collabs that we've developed then, they're about, as I say, the connection between lived experience and policy. And so the insights from those collabs are informing both climate adaptation planning and ongoing research into participatory environmental governance, but they're also kind of enacting something on the ground. So in that sense, Gallant helps us to understand what it truly means to be a learning city for the people who live there. And for Glasgow, learning isn't just about a formal education, as you saw in the video. It's about this whole city process. And I would expand that with our approach to really put a focus on experiential learning, and to think about how we nurture creativity, how we nurture curiosity and imagination and reflection on the part of the people, and how that's a key part of our adaptation as a city. So that aligns very much with the UNESCO Learning City pillars of sustainability, of equity, and of civic participation. And by working directly with the communities, we're then creating this feedback loop that's between the lived experience, the local knowledge, the public policy and academia, that we hope can operate as something of a blueprint that will go forward in terms of how the city grows and the university grows its partnership. So that helps decision makers to see climate action not as something to be just delivered to communities, but as something built with them, turning environmental challenges into opportunities for learning and solidarity ultimately in these times of challenge for all of us. So I just wanted to spend a moment telling you about something that we've developed called CommuniMap, which is an app-based forum for sharing environmental learning and observations. So the idea is it's based on participatory mapping, and people upload their stories, their photographs and observations about their environment, and that can be on things like flooding to fungi. So we've got lots of people at the moment spotting mushrooms out in the city that are, of course, burgeoning because of the warming climate and the dampness that we're experiencing at this time of the year. Or people are also kind of connecting that to their personal well-being. We've got work going on in terms of people doing compost monitoring, and we help people set up composting infrastructures in community gardens. And so the app itself draws on a participatory GIS system and citizen science methods that allow qualitative community insights to complement the environmental data sets that are traditionally used by city partners. So for residents, it's a way of making local experience visible and valued. We've got almost 1,500 spots within the site since we launched in July, and they're growing daily. And the researchers and city planners then have immediate open access to all of this information as it comes in. So it's a dialogic tool in that sense. It collects both qualitative and quantitative data, photos, as well as people telling their stories about things, as well as the kind of adding specific measurements that give us the insights that we need. So I just want to ask Sirin, how long do I have left? Because I do tend to chat.
Yes, yeah, I think you can have time, maybe about 3 minutes to wrap up everything.
Okay,
Yes.
I will whiz through this.
Yes.
So just wanted to share again, as Seamus said, it's good to have photos to show things are real. So this is some pictures from our composting collab, where we're monitoring compost, and really the aim being to develop a resource for people in the city who want to do urban composting and respond to some of the challenges of soil remediation, difficulties of growing in a post-industrial city where we've got huge swathes of vacant and derelict land that are contaminated. And so we've got all of this kind of going on as well in terms of sharing practice and having different sites talking to each other across the city too. Another one of the collabs that is really picking up, you might have seen that Glasgow's Argyle ash tree, the only tree on the street, won the Tree of the Year in the UK recently. And David, the tree surgeon who looks after it, is now leading walks for us across the city. We're doing tree mapping, where we can look at the role of trees in flood risk alleviation, in sequestering carbon, but also we ask people the question, if this tree could talk, what would it say? And you'll see some of the quotes here that people are expressing their emotions about their connections with the trees across the city. So we're building a kind of, again, a data bank of qualitative and quantitative insights within all of that. So just in terms of bringing this to the broader context, for the University of Glasgow, the projects have deepened our relationships with the city, positioning the university not as a distant expert, the ivory tower, as was spoken about earlier, but as a civic partner and a learning companion. And for the City Council, that offers new ways of engaging citizens in shaping policy and understanding local impacts of climate change. And together, these collaborative dimensions for how community-based inquiry can generate actionable data, policy insight, and civic capacity is the triad at the heart there of the Learning City approach. So what emerges is an ecosystem of learning, one that links the university, local authorities and communities in an ongoing dialogue about how we live well and fairly in times of climate uncertainty. And I think that's at the heart really of the UNESCO Learning City framework and what it calls us to do. So just to finish off my last couple of slides here, it's just to say that through this work, one lesson that stands out clearly is that climate justice and social justice cannot be separated. And so you can plant all the trees and retrofit homes and install green infrastructure, but if communities haven't had a voice in how all of those things are going to happen, inequalities will persist and there'll be resistance in that, and which never helps people in terms of getting action on the ground. So the challenge then is not just to deliver the solutions, but to democratize them and to think about how adaptation is something not done to people, but with them. And in that sense, kind of everything that we're doing in this work is a process of kind of knowledge exchange, but also trust building. And the city itself, I love to envisage it as a classroom for change. So if anybody is interested to know more, please do get in touch. I've got some downloads here for the app because you can actually contribute to it from anywhere in the world. Then your sites will go onto a map, and it would be lovely to see some sites coming in Chiang Mai or in Bangkok or in Cork as well. So thank you for listening. I'll give the last word here to Paolo Freire and say education is the practice of freedom, and in that sense I think it's really important that we give people in the city, if we're able to, the opportunity to experience that emancipation that can come through learning in the Learning City. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, Professor Riyadankli. So for those lovely reflections and very actual examples that we can imagine and then see and inspired us a lot. Yes, indeed. What we share today truly reminds us that lifelong learning happens anytime, anywhere, and yes, we are running a little over time because there are so many interesting stories, inspiring stories, valuable insights being shared today. So please bear with us, and I hope that we can continue until the end of section today, although it's a little bit late. So yes, next I will go to the next presentation, which is from Okayama City office. So our staff will just show you the video. Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon. Faculty of Education in Chulalongkorn University, Knowledge Network Institute of Thailand, PIMA Network, hosts and organizers, and fellow learning cities. Thank you very much for your invitation to the University City Partnerships International Forum with the UNESCO Learning City Network. We are the SDGs and ESD Promotion Division at Okayama City office in Japan. We are sorry not to be able to join you online due to our scheduled conflict, but in this presentation,
We would like to speak about our city's ESD initiatives, focusing on our collaboration with the universities, schools, and community. Please let me introduce Okayama City, which is the capital of Okayama Prefecture in Japan. It is located in western Japan. With a population of about 720,000 in the area of about 790 square kilometers, Okayama City is considered to be one of the largest cities in Japan, but it is blessed with nature, and about 70% of the land is natural environment. Now, I would like to explain how we started ESD, leading up to Okayama City joining the GNLC network. In Japan, environmental problems caused by factory pollution became a major issue, and by the 1980s, the number of environmental citizens groups had increased in Okayama City. In 2001, the Okayama City office created a network for them called the Environmental Partnership Initiative. The following year, representatives from Okayama City participated in the World Summit on Sustainable Development in Johannesburg, presenting this initiative at the side events. So, when the United Nations Decade of ESD began in 2005, Okayama City had already a foundation of a citizens-city collaboration, and the Okayama ESD Promotion Commission was established as a network of various organizations, with the Okayama City office acting as the commission's secretariat. The commission was accredited as one of the 7 world first RCEs by the United Nations University. In 2014, when the UNESCO World Conference on ESD was held in Japan, Okayama City was selected to host 5 stakeholder meetings. In 2016, the Okayama ESD Promotion Commission received the UNESCO Japan Prize on ESD, and Okayama City joined GNLC and received the UNESCO Learning City Award in recognition of its development of ESD activities through a whole community approach. Despite the COVID pandemic, we have continued our efforts and received a total 9 RCE awards for our ongoing activities. And this year, we hosted the 14th Global RCE Conference. This event marked a significant milestone for us, celebrating the 20th anniversary of the establishment of the Global RCE Network and the Okayama ESD Promotion Commission. About 150 RC members from 30 countries gathered in person to discuss today's challenges and explore new educational approaches towards building a more sustainable world. Now I would like to talk about how we are proceeding with promoting the SDGs and ESD in Okayama City. First, multi-stakeholders involvement and collaboration. The Okayama ESD Promotion Commission has been formed. Second, continuous support from the municipality. Okayama City office has created the SDGs and ESD Promotion Division, which does both work at the city office and as a secretariat of the Okayama ESD Promotion Commission. Third, community-based approaches to ESD. We promote SDGs and ESD activities in communities through municipal kominkans, community learning centers, and the UNESCO associated schools. I would like to talk more about multi-stakeholder involvement and collaboration. The Okayama ESD Promotion Commission is a network of various stakeholders on ESD, including universities, municipal schools and kominkans, citizens organizations, businesses, media, and governmental agencies. When it started in 2005, it had only 19 member organizations, but it has grown to 405 members. Okayama City Office acts as the secretariat and conducts a series of activities for member organizations and citizens under the name of the Okayama ESD Project. As you can see on the screen, the Okayama ESD project has 8 main objectives. In recent years, Objective 3, developing the youth base in ESD leaders, has been a key focus. Around 30 activities are implemented under these main objectives each year. For example, under Objective 3, we have developed the ESD University Student Internship Program, connecting universities, organizations, and businesses within the Commission. This program received an RC award. Next, I will explain how Okayama City is primarily doing to advance the ESD initiatives. Okayama City has enacted the ordinance of promotion of ESD and incorporated the principles of the SDGs and ESD into the Okayama City 6th Comprehensive Plan and various basic plans. The roles of Okayama City Office is to incorporate SDGs principles into the wide range of existing projects. Also, we provide secretariat services for the activities of the Okayama ESD Promotion Commission and cover all the expenses. Next, I will talk about 3 community-based approaches to ESD and the city's relationships with Kominkans and UNESCO associated schools. Kominkans have a quiet history. It has been around 80 years since its establishment in Japan, but what is unique about those in Okayama City is that the city has incorporated the concept of ESD into the Kominkan basic policy, setting them up as centers to promote ESD to the communities. We encourage people of all ages to tackle local challenges in collaboration with a variety of stakeholders. Okayama City also promotes ESD in collaboration with schools and higher education institutions. Particularly, UNESCO-associated schools act as models to promote peace, human rights, and sustainable development. There are about 60 UNESCO-associated schools in Okayama City. Since the International Forum on the ASP.NET was held in Okayama City in 2014, the momentum built to found the Okayama UNESCO High School Network. It is a collaborative work of the high schools, Okayama University's ESD Promotion Center, and student volunteers, the Okayama City Office, and the Okayama ESD Promotion Commission. Throughout the year, high school students learn about an annual SDGs theme and hold workshops and exchange meetings. Lastly, I would like to mention that Okayama City works closely with local universities on ESD initiatives. For instance, in addition to this network, we run the University Student Internship Program, which I mentioned earlier, and we hold the annual ESD Okayama Award in support with several university faculty members on the selection team. In order to promote ESD, it is necessary to encourage the cooperation of multiple stakeholders, including local communities, schools, universities, businesses, and local governments. We hope you found our initiatives interesting. If you'd like to find out more about us, please visit our website. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for the video. So last but not least, we come to the last presenter of the international partners, Miss Diane Taba the chair of the Australian Learning Community Network. So if you are ready, please.
Thank you. You can see my screen?
Yes, I can see
Yes.
the screen. Thank you.
Great, thank you. So good afternoon, good evening from Wyndham in Australia. It's a real privilege to join this global conversation and exchange on learning cities. Thank you to all the previous presenters. Thank you for this wonderful invitation. And thank you to Dr. Seren for your moderation. Now, let me... Yes. So my name is Diane Tabar. I'm from Wyndham. I'm the coordinator of the learning community with Wyndham Council, and I'm also the chair of the Australian Learning Communities Network. So my colleague, Sharon Wheatcroft, couldn't be here today with us, but I'd like to acknowledge the work that she's done for Wyndham's Learning City and in helping me prepare this presentation. Just briefly, in Australia, it's our custom to start our meetings with an acknowledgement of country. So I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands where we're all joining from today and pay my respects to their ancestors past and present. Australia's Aboriginal people are the oldest surviving continuous culture in the world, and we have much to learn from their rich cultural heritage. I'd like to share briefly some of Wyndham's vision and how our Learning City journey has taken shape. First, let me paint you a picture of Wyndham. We're located in southeastern Australia. We're 25 kilometres southwest of Melbourne, which is the capital of our state of Victoria. We're one of Australia's fastest growing municipalities. We have over 330,000 residents, and we welcome around 20,000 new residents every year. That kind of growth brings both opportunity and complexity. We have unique elements of city, coast and country in our municipality. We're one of the most culturally diverse areas in the country, with over 50% of residents born overseas and more than 160 languages spoken at home. In Wyndham, lifelong learning isn't just a strategy, it's how we build connection, resilience and opportunity. Just recently at our Learning Festival launch in September, I found myself alongside a local artist, a university director and a community elder, and they were all sharing stories of how learning had shaped their lives. That moment captured what Wyndham is all about, learning that is inclusive, local and sustainable. So, how do we turn that kind of inclusive, community-led learning into a citywide strategy? I'd like to share Wyndham's vision and how we've built that over time. So Wyndham has been committed to lifelong learning through a series of learning community strategies since 2006. The purpose of these strategies is to provide a strategic and integrated framework for the creation of a community of lifelong learning. So our strategies provide a blueprint for our learning community work, which is to lead, advocate, influence, facilitate, deliver, innovate, and celebrate learning. Our vision is simple: learning for everyone at every stage of life. And that aligns with a lot of what's been said already today, but also with UNESCO's principles of inclusion, sustainability, and lifelong learning. Importantly, our Learning Festival isn't separate from these strategies. It's a cornerstone of them. It's how we make learning visible, accessible, and community-led. So how do we create the spaces for moments like the one I shared earlier at our festival launch? So as a UNESCO Learning City, Wyndham has embraced lifelong learning to build stronger, more connected, and more sustainable communities. In 2021, we were proud to have received the UNESCO Learning City Award, recognising our efforts to embed learning across council, education and community sectors. Our goals are clear: embed lifelong learning across the community and education, strengthen inclusion, sustainability and place-based learning, and foster partnerships that respond to local needs and global frameworks. As a member of the Australian Learning Communities Network, we have the opportunity to share projects and experiences with learning communities around Australia and to deliver joint projects. So those local and national strategic connections are what enable those moments of learning that are most powerful, shared learning. Of course, strategy only comes to life through action. So let's look at how we've made lifelong learning visible and accessible through our flagship initiative, the Wyndham Learning Festival. So the Wyndham Learning Festival is an annual citywide celebration of lifelong learning, and we celebrated 10 years of our Learning Festival this year. It's co-delivered by Wyndham Community and Education Centre and Wyndham Council. And we have Victoria University as our founding sponsor. So Victoria University has supported the festival since day one. They sponsor us, they host Learning Festival events, and they actively participate in the Wyndham Learning Festival working group that coordinates the festival. VU's Wyndham campus is also a local anchor for lifelong learning, offering vocational and higher education tailored to community needs. We've also welcomed contributions from other tertiary providers, Melbourne University and the Gordon, with events spanning sustainability, skills development and storytelling. The Gordon also runs a skills and jobs centre in Wyndham, bringing formal education with employment pathways. So these partnerships bring academic expertise into everyday spaces, so they make learning visible, accessible and relevant. We've heard about that, breaking down those ivory towers. So while the festival celebrates learning, we also invest in innovation and economic development. Another example is Wyndham's partnership with RMIT, where learning meets business transformation. So this initiative highlights a University Council partnership that is about future-proofing Wyndham's businesses through innovation and hands-on learning. So RMIT is the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology. It's a leading global university which is based in Melbourne's CBD. But together, Wyndham Council and RMIT's College of Business and Law have co-designed a subsidised program to help medium-sized businesses tackle real operational challenges using AI and analytics. Participants work directly with RMIT specialists and they apply technology to real problems, not just theory. They also gain access to Wyndham's Spark Innovation Hub and RMIT's broader ecosystem for ongoing support. So to sustain these kinds of partnerships, we've built in mechanisms for renewal and collaboration. Our Learning Community Strategy Action Plan is renewed each year. We invite key stakeholders to join us for an annual forum, which we've just held, to celebrate outcomes for that year, but also to consider and draft an action plan for the following year. So doing that each year, it allows us to incorporate new stakeholders and we can respond to emerging priorities. We can adjust expectations according to changed funding or work plans, and we can track and manage outcomes and relationships visually. Our Learning Community Action Tracker is populated by key stakeholders over the course of the year. So we treat relationship building as a deliberate process, not just informal networking. This renewal process ensures our action plan remains dynamic and community-led. It adapts to local needs and emerging priorities. So behind this renewal is a collaboration model that makes it all work. Clear roles, shared planning, and embedding university and other key partnerships that bring our learning city to life. To sum up, the key elements of Wyndham's journey have been long-term commitment from universities, the flexibility to adapt to emerging needs. Our strategy action plan evolves and adapts every year. Visibility through public events and shared platforms. So universities and our Learning City stakeholders are present and active in our public-facing events. And a relationships-first approach to collaboration. Trust and collaboration are at the heart of our learning community. Shared projects like the Learning Festival create space for collaboration, storytelling, and community-led learning. So ultimately, it's about people and relationships. So that reminds me of that moment at our Learning Festival launch, standing beside a First Nations artist and a university leader and a community elder. It reminded me that learning is most powerful when it's shared. And indeed, this forum has been very powerful and reinforced that notion. We're honoured to be part of this global network and we look forward to learning from other cities. If you'd like to get in touch, please connect on LinkedIn or email me. We're proud of the relationships we've built with our Learning City partners, and we look forward to continuing and deepening these collaborations. We're very happy to share our experiences with our global colleagues as we grow our learning cities together. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Okay, so we now open the floor again for questions or reflections from our audience. Please feel free to share your comments or type in the chat if you have any questions to any presenters. Let's see, anyone? Okay, because we are late right now, so maybe we can have one question to the presenter or maybe one comment to the presenters. Anyone?
Not a question, but a compliment from what our international colleague had presented to us. I have learned today a lot about progress in Learning City. I have seen so many impressive work from my international colleague. I believe that the good practice from our colleague can be very good example for developing Learning City activity in Thailand, especially a guideline for Thai University to working closely with the community. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you very much for the meaningful exchange. So, yeah, let us continue to network. Our networks act locally, think globally, and keep learning together. Thank you all for your valuable insights, your time across different time zones, and also thank you for sharing the commitment to a sustainable learning future. Okay, so we will move to the next session. Please allow me to ask you to kindly evaluate this event. Your feedback will help us continue improving our collaborative activities for future forums. And yes, the staff will also share the link and QR code in the chat box so that you can come back to the link anytime. Right now, as we are late, I would like to officially close today's event. Please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Pithakon Thanit Benjasit, Project Member, to deliver the closing remarks. Please.
Dear distinguished guests, speakers, and participants, on behalf of organizing teams, I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to all of you for your valuable contribution and active engagement in today's University City Partnership International Forum with UNESCO Learning City Network. Throughout this inspiring forum, we have shared and learned from remarkable experience, best practice, and innovative strategy from Learning City and higher education institutes around the world. These exchanges have reminded us that the partnership between university and city is far more than an academic exercise. It is collective endeavor to advance lifelong learning, sustainability, and inclusive development. We sincerely hope today's discussion will continue, inspire partnerships, policy innovation, and new initiatives that strengthen the Learning City movement, both in Thailand and internationally. Once again, thank you to our distinguished speakers, moderator, and participants and organizing teams for making this forum meaningful success. We also extend our gratitude to Knowledge Network Institute of Thailand, Thailand Science Research and Innovation, the PIMA Network, and the Faculty of Education, Chulalongkorn University for their continued support and collaboration. May the spirit of collaboration and lifelong learning continue to inspire us all beyond today's event. Thank you once again, and I wish you a pleasant in inspiring remainder of the day. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you very much,
so much.
Dr. Pithakon. Yes.
Oh, no, I'm just gonna share appreciation.
Yes, please.
It's I mean, sorry, just take on the last minute because for Chiang Mai ourselves, we want to challenge the city to apply for the award, and we have example from from Ireland, from Australia, and from the UK and other city in Japan and Korea. Maybe just for us to learn more, we will try to keep the contact with you guys, and maybe myself will have to go back and talk with the local authority and how can we probably arrange the exchange program with the city, maybe online. So just for me, just to say it before I forget anything. So if you receive my email, please answer. Please get back to us. Maybe we invite you to Chiang Mai in the near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the initiatives and a very enthusiastic collaboration. So on behalf of the organizing team, I would like to extend yes, anything else? I hear something, maybe. If not, sorry. Okay, no. Okay, on behalf of the organizing team, I would like to extend our deepest gratitude to our speakers, participants, and partners, both local and international, for making today's University City Partnerships International Forum a truly enriching experience. So, before we say goodbye, it's a gentle reminder. Please make sure you have registered for today's forum because we will also gather all the lists, and then maybe in the future we can connect with each other. And also your feedback really helps us to make the next forum even better. So please spare your time to evaluate the event, register the event. And wherever you are, morning, afternoon, or evening, may you carry today's spirit of learning and connection into the rest of your day and your lifelong learning. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you very much for all speakers share valuable insight. Thank you very much. I will share record for you later after get the permission from the speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you ขอบคุณทุกท่านค่ะ
ค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you Professor Shimas.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye bye